Hi, everyone. My name is Libby James, and my Kilachand project is titled The Writer's Website. I decided to take the more creative route and create a website that allowed writers and readers to get and give feedback. The general idea behind my project is that writers want feedback, but sometimes it's hard to get that. It may be due to fear or adversity. It could be their own fears that they're afraid to put their writing out into the world, or it could be the harsh words of others. For example, if you are a woman who likes to write horror or action stories, it sometimes can be hard to get others to take you seriously. Additionally, another important aspect is finding the right audience. If you are writing a romance story to somebody who only enjoys comedies, you aren't going to get accurate feedback. So what I wanted to do was create an algorithm that would match readers and writers based upon the content and topics. This made it so that the writers got feedback from their target audience. While creating my project, I looked into the importance of anonymous feedback. One study by Jeffries and Hornsey proved that people are in fact more likely to get critical feedback when giving it anonymously. Now, I know it may not sound great to talk about critical feedback. However, constructive criticism is a necessary part of growth and development. Another study done by Corelli proved that people who received anonymous feedback, specifically online, were found to follow through. This was specifically done with teachers and their student responses, and it found that the teachers were more likely to take the input of students when it was given to them anonymously through an online forum than when it was given to them face-to-face. The methodology of my project included creating multiple different iterations of the website. I tried using different languages and platforms. One of the examples can be seen here, although obviously it has progressed a lot from this point, as the text is very small and it is relatively disorganized. When working on a project such as this one, you're bound to run into challenges. My largest challenge was definitely timing. With it being our senior year and me being a computer science student, I often was working on multiple projects at once. Additionally, with our senior year aligning with the outbreak of COVID-19, that brought up some more issues in relation to distancing and workload. Additionally, acquiring new skills was another challenge for me. I had never really worked in the user interface or user experience side of things, so that was something new I had to experience, and I definitely have room to grow. Next, I will give a demonstration of the writer's website. When you first go to my website, it brings you to a homepage with a logo I created and a small welcome note. Along the bottom, there is an About page that talks about my project, an anonymous feedback page that talks a little bit about anonymous feedback in general, a rules page that discusses some baseline rules of the site to try and keep everything in line, and a prompts page, which is more just for fun so that writers can have some extra inspiration if they feel they need it. From here, I can walk you through a user view of the site. So first things first, you're going to want to log in. Now, I have many accounts already created as I've been working with this website for a while, but you could always select the I'm a new user button and create a new account that way. Personally, I'm going to sign in using one of my test accounts so that I can show you a bit how it works. Once logged in, it brings me to my submissions page. It lists any of the submissions that I currently have as a user. Here I have a short story called Annabelle and a poem called Quicksand. If I want to view one of these submissions, I can merely click on its name and it will show me both the content as well as any feedback that has currently been given to me on that piece. I can also edit this submission by clicking the Edit button. For all of these options, I will do a larger walkthrough once I show you how we make a new submission. If instead I wanted to add a new submission, I would merely click the Add New Submission button on the submissions page. I can write either anonymous or a pseudonym or author name if I would like. The title, this is just a test piece, so we will call it just that, and then some content. Right now, I'm just going to write some content since this is just a very quick walkthrough. The review time is the estimated time it will take to review this piece. I can include a minimum amount of reviewers I want, as well as a maximum, in case somebody doesn't want too many people seeing their work. I can include a message to my reader. Now, usually this would be used to say, can you focus on my dialogue, or how do you think my character development is? But right now, for this example, I'm just going to write hello. You then can select a genre, writing type, and any important themes that are pertinent to your story. This will show you your submission, where you can always either edit it or return back to the main list. You can always get back to this page by selecting the Submissions object on the side. Next, I'm going to walk you through your preferences. So I also then can click on this Preferences tab. I can choose the types of stories I would like to read. Right now, I say that I want them to be about 5 to 10 minutes. I want them to involve romance, poetry, and have themes of family. But maybe I want to change those preferences. Maybe I don't mind so much what the theme is. I'll include all themes. Maybe I'm interested in romance or horror or tragedy. And maybe in terms of writing types, once again, I'm not too picky, but maybe I don't want a script. In that case, I can submit, and I have successfully saved my preferences. Now, these preferences are what I use to match the reader to stories. To get those stories, I can enter the Reviews tab. Once in the Reviews tab, it leads me to a page like this. Now, this current user doesn't have any reviews already started, so let's go grab them one. I can do so by clicking Start a Review. Now, right now, there's only 2 options that fit my preferences. This makes sense as I'm the only person currently putting work up on the website, but in the future, I hope that there would be more options as well. I then can choose an item to review. It shows me the title, the author name, the author's message, as well as the content. I then can type my response as to what I think the writer should know about their piece. Maybe right now I'll just say, looks great. But in reality, I'd probably give a bit more feedback than that. After clicking submit, I can always go back in and edit this review as well. Once finished, there's always the option to log out or sign back in again as a different user. Now that I've given you a run through of my website, I would like to talk with you a little bit about my hopes for the future. I obviously hope to expand this further in the ways that I can. I want to add more functionality and features. For example, one aspect of this website right now is that there's no way to ensure that the content is suitable for a certain age group. One thing that I would be interested in adding in the future is a kid accessible area where I can make sure that all of that content is all right for children. Another way I would like to expand is in terms of who I'm reaching. I would love to reach more people with this app so that more writers can get that feedback that they need and put their work out into the world. I would like to end this presentation by giving thanks to some very special people. First of all, I would like to thank all of my Kilachand advisors, teachers, and peers for all of their amazing support over these 4 years. I also would like to give a huge thank you to my project advisor, David Sullivan. Dave is somebody I know I could turn to in any situation if I needed him, and I feel very lucky to have had him as a part of my Boston University career. I also would like to say thank you to my family and friends who have supported me through this project, who have, especially in quarantine, been there when I needed in-person support from my family and digital support from my friends who created fake accounts to help me test things out. And then I also would like to thank all of you for your attention and patience during this presentation. Thank you so much.